I had a 2-day print job, and then in the end of the second day I came up, like I wake up in the morning and I come up, look at it, and I realized I'm out of filament. Oh man, that was a disaster. I realized one of the things that is missing in 3D printers is to know if you ran out of filament during a print, and also if there's some problem with the extruders, if there is a jam or I don't know, a failure in the heater, so you're running the printer dry. That's why I designed Rhino Smart. What it does is that you install it in your 3D printer, so between the spool and the extruders and the filament, and it's very simple. It has 5 wires that you connect to your motherboard on the 3D printer, and then when you want to install a new filament or replace a filament, the filament goes through a hole. So I don't know if the focus is there, and it just passes by. So once you do that, when the printer is extruding the filament, there's a little wheel that spins, and the wheel is connected to an encoder with a switch, and it will tell the printer how much filament is actually being extruded. Once you install this little device, it will pause the print, it will go park the extruder in its position, and it will wait for you until you come and fix the problem. It is rather to exchange the filament, or fix the extruder, correct any jamming if there is a jam in the spool. So I have installed these 2 extruders here. It's a dual extruder setup. As you see, there's a spool, there's a filament going through this machine and then going through, and then I don't know if you can see it, I'm printing a little bearing holder. I'm printing right now. I'm going to simulate a jam in the filament. Let's say there's a jam in the spool, and we're going to just do that. So if I do this, so right now I sort of jam the filament, so the filament cannot extrude anymore. And what's going to happen is that it will try to print, and well, okay, there you go, it happened. It will try to extrude, it won't be able to do that, and then it will realize, okay, there's a problem. So it goes and parks the extruder. You fix the jamming problem, which I just did. Then you go and print, hit resume. And once you do that, the nozzle, the head, is going to go and exactly start from the point it has paused. In case you're wondering how that pause affected the quality of the print, I can see one little space here, that is the filament missing, and then this side is pretty good too, and then there's a little bit here is missing as well. So in general it turned out quite okay. Like, you wouldn't notice that it was paused unless you actually know what happened. There's just 2 little notches, layers on the outside that are missing. This is it. It's a very simple device. I have a wheel, printed different size. This size works really good. Then there's one bearing, and there's two other parts. So one is the wheel, 2 parts here, 3 parts, and then what it does is that it will hold the second bearing, and then there's a little Arduino encoder, simple, and then there is a base, which I thought of making it out of aluminum, but it has just so much detail, and it's easier to 3D print it. So hopefully, if I get enough funds, then I will make this out of a mold. Thank you very much for listening and watching.